We're back, Pokemon fans, with the top 4 of the Fort Wayne Mid-Season Showdown.
I'm Caitlin Beach.
And I'm Rosemary Kelly. And we are here to now commentate on one of our top 4 matches, which is Dane, Zieman, and James Court.
Yeah, and we should say that the other top 4 match is Justin Krubal and John Hu, Grant Weldon, Diana Ross, Kevin Swastik, and
as you saw, Nick Sefranek
got eliminated during the last round. So after this match, we'll be going to our finals. So
Dane and we saw James Court earlier today, and so James is from Pittsburgh and very relatively new to this game. So we're really excited to see him here in top 4 today. And Dane, he top cut Worlds in 2016, and was first place at last year's Fort Wayne Regional.
Yeah. So both these players are. It's gonna be. Okay. It's gonna be a good matchup, I think. We're having some technical difficulties, so let's just read off the teams to you. James has Tapu Fini, Kartana, Garchomp, Arcanine, Snorlax, and Mandibuzz.
And Dane is going to be bringing Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Vikavolt, Snorlax, Arcanine, and Tapu Fini. So we're seeing another one of these matchups with multiples of the same Pokemon.
Yes.
So we've got Tapu Fini is the same on both teams, and also Garchomp and Snorlax.
Yeah, Snorlax is one of those things that we haven't really seen today.
Yeah, and Arcanine. So we actually have 4 of the exact same Pokemon on both teams.
Yeah.
But it's going to be really interesting to see how these players deal with with that.
Okay. So we've been seeing a lot of these teams. Sorry, we're having a little bit of difficulty here. It's been a long day. Our computer is tired. So we have seen a lot of these teams today that have had 4 Pokemon in common, and that seems to be a common theme today. Unless you're John Who and you just don't want to match with anybody.
But we did see James Court earlier today, and we are going to see the same kind of like Kartana, Arcanine, Tapu Fini core.
Yeah.
Which was very, very interesting earlier in today.
Yeah, so I'm not really certain what we're going to be seeing from this. I noticed that James's team looks a lot like one that came out of Europe recently. So I think it won a regional. So we'll see just how that goes. I'm seeing a few scary things on this team, just looking at the team sheet. So hopefully we'll be in for a treat.
And we're back. We're back online now, and now you can see exactly what we're seeing. So there you have it with James and his 6 Pokemon, and also Dane, and you can see that Tapu Lele, the Tapu Fini, the Garchomp, the Vikavolt, Snorlax, and Arcanine.
Yeah, okay, so looking at this, I think the terrain on Dane's side is going to be very important. The Garchomp is going to be very important. That Snorlax mirror match is deadly.
Very interesting. Much more interesting than the Celesteela matchup there.
Okay, so don't say that so quickly. Snorlax has 2 different sets it runs. Belly Drum and Curse.
Okay.
Belly Drum can beat Curse. Belly Drum can beat Belly Drum, but Curse does not beat Curse. So
yeah, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see, what happens.
Yeah.
What happens here.
So it's like it's going to be very odd. I'm hoping that we don't see a Curse versus Curse, because that can be just as bad.
Yeah.
As a Celesteela mirror, because alright, Snorlax is recycle, and you can recycle your berry. So with Gluttony, you can restore your berry over and over again, and keep on restoring 50% HP. So you can restore like 1,000 HP. That's a percent of HP in a match.
That's a lot of HP. But we'll see here that we're going to actually see Tapu Fini and a Mandibuzz lead from James. And we're going to see a Vikavolt and Arcanine lead from Dane.
Yeah, so looking at this really quickly, it just looks like the teams are pretty even right now. Arcanine doesn't deal with anything on James's side, but Tapu Fini deals with Arcanine. Mandibuzz doesn't deal with anything on Dane's side, but Vikavolt deals with Tapu Fini pretty well. So, and it deals with Mandibuzz, but not so much after that. Misty Seed. So.
Yeah, and it's really interesting we're seeing Vikavolt again. This is the first time that we've actually seen this Pokemon appear in the Masters Division.
Yes, and we see Tapu Fini go for the Muddy Water, but it misses on the Arcanine.
Which is what it really wanted to hit there.
Yeah, it's doing negligible damage to the Vikavolt.
but that Mandibuzz will get a Tailwind up.
Yes, but we do see Electroweb. Did you know this move was illegal up until a couple weeks ago?
I did not know that. Why did that change?
Because Pokemon Bank came out.
Okay.
So the rules were updated, and Electroweb is now a legal move on Vikavolt.
Wow, well that was really interesting. You saw it doing a pretty good amount of damage to both Pokemon.
Yeah, it turns out when you have Stab and a really high base special attack, it does that.
So that Mandibuzz is burned, and I'm kind of curious to see how, James uses that Mandibuzz for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and if it has knockoff, that power from knockoff will be greatly reduced. I think we just have seen foul play from it. So I don't know if that burn will matter too much, but
that's true.
But we'll see. Tapu Lele is coming out here from Dane over the Arcanine, and we're seeing that Muddy Water again. It looks like it's connecting with both Pokemon. And we'll see if there's any accuracy drops. Accuracy drop on the Vikavolt.
The Vikavolt, yep. And that Mandibuzz is going for that foul play onto the Tapu Lele slot.
Okay, so actually I'm wrong. Burn does reduce the power of foul play if it's the user. So, that does decrease Mandibuzz's damage output.
So speed is going to get reduced on both Pokemon due to Vikavolt's Electric Web.
So, Dane has now reduced James back to neutral speed with Tailwind, and when Tailwind runs out, he will be at -2 speed on both his Pokemon.
Yep.
So, the Tapu Lele should be the fastest thing on the field at this point.
Which will be really important because, both Tapu Fini and Mandibuzz are in knockout range.
Yes. But we see Dane withdrawing the Vikavolt. What if you're scared of getting knocked out here?
Yeah, but that Arcanine is going to get Intimidate onto both Pokemon. Not highly effective use of Intimidate there.
No, well, that's a Pokemon that doesn't care about attack drops and special attacker. But you know what? When you're knocking them out, it doesn't matter if you're intimidating them.
Right. But that Mandibuzz is going to roost. Fortunately, not getting rid of that burn, but that HP will get restored.
Yeah, that'll be annoying. But with Tapu Lele having Moonblast, most likely, I don't see much offensive pressure that's gonna offer.
Right.
It's just gonna sit there and look pretty for the next couple of turns.
So now we see James bringing out Garchomp, which is a really interesting move in this kind of matchup here.
Yeah, I think if Dane had waited an extra turn to bring out Arcanine, he would be fine here. But now he's brought in Arcanine and is not able to intimidate this Garchomp. Now he is facing down something like an Earthquake or Ground DMC Z-move as Tapu Lele.
But I'm actually really interested, potentially seeing a double switch out here, because that Arcanine, with Dane having 4 Pokemon left, we could see the Arcanine come back out and get the Intimidate onto that Garchomp.
Yeah, so it looks like James is going for a Tectonic Rage, the Ground DMC Crystal move. We don't know where it's going quite yet, but it's going into the Vikavolt.
Oh, so that will not connect.
No.
And that is a waste of a Z move there.
Yeah, so 1 Z move down, 1 to go.
And this leaves Dane's Z move left, and we actually don't know what Pokemon that's on.
No, we don't.
You think it's on the Arcanine?
Dane has all his team sheet in Spanish. So Dane's just playing with us.
I don't actually think it is. I'm really interested to see where this Z crystal is. So we're gonna see Arcanine use Flare Blitz here onto that Mandibuzz, doing a decent amount of damage. But that Arcanine is also gonna take quite a bit of recoil damage from that.
Yeah.
Oh, but that is gonna be a knockout for that Mandibuzz.
Yeah. So Mandibuzz is down, and now James has lost 2 Pokemon. And I don't think Dane has lost 1 yet.
Nope, Dane is still at 4 fairly healthy Pokemon and kind of not in danger of losing any of them quite yet.
So that's very good for Dane. Let's see what it is. It's a Tapu. It's not a Tapu. It's a Kartana.
It's a Kartana.
So this will be very finicky for Dane here, because he has to. Both his Pokemon are knockout range from both of Jane's Pokemon, and Jane's Pokemon are faster.
Yeah, I actually kind of think that we might see an Earthquake here from that Garchomp, and because as we know, it's not going to do very much damage to Kartana.
Yeah. But we see the Sacred Sword going into Arcanine, and we see a Rock Slide coming out from Garchomp instead.
But it will connect with that Vikavolt and will knock it out.
Yeah. So, James has potential to come back here, and he definitely has the Pokemon to do it. The Tapu Lele on the other side is threatened immensely by the Kartana, so that can't switch in freely here.
But it's going to.
It comes in anyways. It does not care what I'm saying.
Well, it's possible that, if Dane may think that he has the advantage, the clear advantage here against James, and it might be in his best interest to keep that fourth Pokemon hidden.
Yeah, he also might have Choice Scarf, which would be really good.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens this turn.
We are going to see an Arcanine switch out into the fourth and final Pokemon, Snorlax.
On top of that, he uses Hidden Power. And Scarf.
Oh, and that was a lot of damage there. One hit knockout for that Kartana. What Hidden Power move type was that?
That was Fire.
Fire type Hidden Power. Ooh, but that Earthquake is going to do a lot. It's definitely going to knock out the Tapu Lele, and do a decent amount of damage to that Snorlax.
So now I'm curious here, if the Snorlax can 1v1 the Garchomp, and I think it can.
But see, there we go. The Arcanine is going to get off that Intimidate onto the Garchomp, and it's going to be pretty effective against all the moves that Garchomp has.
It'll be the last Intimidate that's gotten off in this game.
Yep.
And I think what happens here is Dane protects Arcanine, James Earthquakes, and Dane curses or just attacks the Garchomp.
Yeah, looks like that Garchomp is going to get another connect on that Snorlax. Not doing enough damage though. But and there goes a Snorlax eating its berry. It's a Figgy Berry.
So we do see the curse come out. So that'll raise its defense and its attack by 1 stage, and lower its speed by 1 stage. So, keeping the Arcanine alive also kept Earthquake to be spread damage, so it made it spread damage for another turn longer, which will reduce the damage output from that Garchomp for this turn.
And the thing here is that's really concerning is, like you said before, that Snorlax could be running Recycle.
Yeah, so it could be running Recycle, and it could just be going into a curse loop with Recycle.
Oh, and that Earthquake will connect with both Pokemon, knocking out that Arcanine. So now, like you said, further Earthquakes are going to be concentrated damage onto that Snorlax.
Yep, they will be more powerful.
But that was a lot of damage from that one move.
Yep, and right now, I think we have 2 options this turn. We have the option for a crit Earthquake onto Snorlax that might KO it, but we also have the option of...
We're about to find out.
Earthquake. Earthquake does not critical hit.
Not enough.
And Snorlax gets the return off, and it looks like Dane will be taking this game.
Yep.
The rescue damage goes off, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Had that been a critical hit, that rough skin damage may have done enough damage.
Yes, but the rules got changed in 2017. So if the rough skin damage does knock out the Pokemon, the Pokemon that took the rough skin damage will win. So we see Dane going up 1 game to 0 here.
And now, you really got to think, James is going to have to make a couple of changes here with, his lineup in order to do enough to that Snorlax.
Yeah, I think the number one thing that James needs to mitigate is that Vikavolt. That seemed to provide a lot of issues for him, and
that was a lot of pressure last round.
Did a lot to his Tapu Fini. So I think one way he can do that is just bring in the Snorlax. I think Snorlax is great for the mirror here, and he now knows what Dane Snorlax does, so he can prepare his Snorlax appropriately and get it out earlier and get it ready for when Dane tries to set up Curse.
Yeah, I think you're right, Caitlin. I think that we might see the same kind of core Pokemon from James, with the Tapu Fini, the Kartana, and the Arcanine, but maybe see Snorlax instead of Garchomp.
And I also don't think Dane really has to change much this game.
It worked really well last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we might see the same start for Dane as well.
Yeah, I think so. I sort of don't like Mandibuzz in this matchup anymore. It doesn't really do much. If it had knockoff, it'd be a different story.
Right.
But you don't really need Tailwind in this matchup, I don't think. So I think it would be fine just to leave it behind.
Yeah, I don't think speed was ever a problem for James.
Yeah, the only problem he had was getting it lowered, and he just needs to find a better way to deal with getting it lowered.
Yeah, that Vikavolt electric web was really something.
Yeah.
I can see why it used to be illegal.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what both players brought this round.
A white screen, apparently.
Yeah, I guess nothing. So it looks like we see we're gonna see Tapu Fini and Arcanine, and then from Dane, Arcanine and Garchomp.
Yeah.
So another Arcanine mirror here. Intimidate not really doing very much for Dane, but definitely for James on that Garchomp.
Yeah. This is a very interesting position for James because Tapu Fini threatens both of these Pokemon pretty strongly. But Dane, if he has a ground EMZ, which I think he does, that's what I would guess on that Garchomp. That can do a lot of damage to Tapu Fini. You do like 70-80%, and if he has Wild Charge on his Arcanine, that could also do a lot of damage.
Looks like Dane is actually going to switch out the Garchomp in favor of Snorlax.
Looks like Dane gave us the English translation of his team sheet. And now we see Mandibuzz come in favor of the Arcanine and activate its Misty Seed.
So the special attack is going to fall, but it looks like Tapu Fini is going to get off a Moonblast onto the Snorlax. Kind of wonder whether or not that he was really trying to go for a knockout on that Garchomp.
Yeah, and I don't think that Fini is not choice specs, so that
it might not have done enough.
Wouldn't have knocked out.
Might not have done enough, but definitely done like maybe 80% damage there.
Yeah. So we see Dane just had this revolving door of Pokemon. And he's just trying to get in a favorable position and just whittle down James's playing field with this Arcanine.
Yeah, we see Arcanine connecting on that Mandibuzz, but not really doing that much damage. But I can see why Dane is really trying to target that Mandibuzz.
Yeah, it just sits there and it just messes with the team a little bit.
Yeah, especially with that taunt.
Yeah. That can throw a wrench into Snorlax's plans.
Yes, definitely.
Snorlax is good, but it's not that good before a boosting move is used.
Especially because with taunt you can't use Curse.
Yeah.
You can't use Recycle. You can't use a lot of moves that really require either of those to go off.
Yeah, you are stuck to Return and High Horsepower if you have it, or Heavy Slam as we saw earlier. But you just get stuck in there, and it's not the best Pokemon to have without setting up. So we see Tapu Lele going into Mandibuzz with Moonblast. Does about 50%.
And Flare Blitz is going to... Is it going to double into that? Yeah, double into that Mandibuzz. Not quite doing enough there. But now putting it in knockout range, with as long as that Mandibuzz does not use Roost.
Yes. And Mandibuzz goes for the Tailwind. So, it means James's team will be faster now. This also means James can go for the Muddy Water and potentially knock out Arcanine.
But you might also want to consider the fact that those Pokemon may change out to Vikavolt, so you might want to consider maybe targeting a slot for that.
No, he doesn't have Vikavolt this game. Does he? He has Garchomp.
Oh yeah, we saw the
Garchomp
revolving door of Pokemon. Yep, Vikavolt is not actually in this matchup. That's a great thing for James.
Yeah, that gave him the most trouble last game.
Interesting choice that Dane decided not to bring it.
Yeah, and Dane's Tapu Lele is Scarf, so it was still able to go faster than that Mandibuzz.
Yeah, wow.
but we see Tapu Fini setting up that Calm Mind again. But I think Snorlax can deal with that pretty well.
And Tapu Lele's top wore off now, so we may see a kind of a new smattering of moves here.
Well, I don't think we will because the Choice Scarf variant.
Yep, right. But he may decide to switch it out.
Yeah. He may have Taunt or another support move on there. Sometimes people who run Choice Scarf Pokemon do have a support move, like Choice Band Talonflame usually runs Tailwind.
Right, so Garchomp on James's side, potentially going for that Z move.
Tectonic Rage, yeah. I could definitely see a Tectonic Rage and Tapu Fini Moonblast into Snorlax this turn.
Especially if that Tapu Fini is going to go faster, that Snorlax may not have enough time to eat its berry.
Yeah, the Fini won't go faster, I don't think. But we may see the Z move get delayed a turn to get that same effect.
And so Arcanine coming out, good switch on Dane's part, getting an Intimidate off on James's Garchomp.
Yes. And we see James going for the Z.
There's that Z move, that Ground EMZ for Tectonic Rage. So which Pokemon do you think Garchomp is bringing down to the core of the earth there?
I could see it being either Pokemon here.
Kind of either one would be a great thing, but it's going to be Snorlax. Going way down there.
Yeah. Yeah, like when we were kids, we thought we could dig to the other side of the earth and find China. Yeah, that's what they just did. They just found China.
But that Snorlax is going to eat its Figgy Berry to regain most of that health that it lost due to that Z move.
Yeah, so now it doesn't have its Figgy Berry, but it can recycle next turn if it has it.
That return onto the Tapu Fini is not going to do very much, especially because that Tapu Fini has used Calm Mind a few times now.
Well, yeah, it'll be like a 3-hit KO now.
Yep. Especially with those leftovers.
Yeah. It might be a 4-hit KO after leftovers. I'm not a human damage calculator. So I think Dane is in a favorable position here. James is trying to get this Garchomp not intimidated anymore. And he's trying to mitigate the Snorlax a little bit with his Arcanine.
Yeah, it'll be really important for return.
Yes.
And maybe another kind of heavy-hitting physical move.
So yeah, and James goes for the Muddy Water and misses the Arcanine this turn, but also gets the accuracy drop on the Snorlax.
Will-O-Wisp will not affect that Arcanine, so looks like Dane was trying to get a burn on the Garchomp there.
Yeah, so that's one of the better ways to deal with Garchomp is just burn it. It does good damage output, but when you burn it, it doesn't do good damage output.
Yeah.
So now we have the Arcanine and the Snorlax up at front with Garchomp and was it Lele? Yeah.
Yep, Tapu Lele.
At the back. So I could definitely see Tapu Lele coming out here for Snorlax to reset the Intimidate.
We were kind of making fun of the revolving Pokemon door, but it's really working out well for Dane.
Yeah, he seems to be ignoring that now and just wants to control the pace of the game with Snarl on Arcanine here and lower the special attack of both his Pokemon.
So Arcanine's going to go for that Flare Blitz onto Snorlax. Oh, so close. Kind of wonder if now we're going to see a recycle from Snorlax.
I don't think it'll get a chance. I think Tapu Fini's going
Yeah, I think that Muddy Water is going to knock it out. Almost a double knockout, but definitely getting that Snorlax. It's a good win for James there.
Arcanine's accuracy falls, but does eat its Super Citrus Berry, it looks like. Yeah.
Yep, Mango Berry. And Tapu Fini is going to restore a little bit more health with the leftovers there, pulling it potentially out of knockout range.
Yeah.
So now Dane has a couple of choices here for what he could bring out, but it looks like he's going to go with Garchomp.
Yeah. Has he used his Z move yet? I don't think so.
I don't think that we've seen a Z move from Dane yet, this match.
But I could also see Dane just going for Protect and Earthquake. That would effectively deal with both the Pokemon on James' side. And it would catch the Garchomp switch in for a lot of damage. So I could see this being a good play on Dane's side. I think he has the upper hand here.
Looks like Arcanine is going to protect just in case that Garchomp does get an Earthquake off.
Well, it looks like it's not going for the Earthquake, it's going
for a Z move.
The ground Z move. Tectonic Rage.
Wondering whether or not it targeted the Arcanine or the Tapu Pokemon there.
I'm assuming it targeted the Tapu Fini, and it did.
Yeah,
So,
that Tapu Fini is not going to survive this.
so where's it going, Rosemary?
Down in the middle of the earth, Caitlin.
For like the 4th time this
Yeah,
set.
that's going to be a knockout for that Tapu Fini there. So now Dane has three Pokemon against James's 2.
Yes, and there's no more Intimidate for James available because
Nope.
he has only 2 Pokemon left, so there's no more switches. But Dane can now switch out his Arcanine for Tapu Lele.
Yeah, especially because that Garchomp on James's side is pretty intimidating.
Yeah. So, I think we'll see Dane switch out and possibly protect here, and then get the Intimidate off next turn.
I could actually see a switch, I might see a switch of that Arcanine out into Tapu Lele, and then also switch of the Garchomp out and back into Arcanine.
Yeah, I can see that.
But Rock Slide may knock out this Arcanine. It's gonna do super effective amount of damage, and yes it does, so no more Intimidate for Dane either.
Yeah, so I don't know if we need to Intimidate at this point.
Right.
So yeah, the Scarf Tapu Lele, I think what he needs to do is, I think this turn he just needs to Moonblast the Garchomp.
Yeah, and that will be a one-hit knockout.
I think
Almost
Dane
certainly.
needs to like just Rock Slide or
Earthquake even.
he could Earthquake his own Tapu Lele. I don't like that play this turn.
Right.
But if he had a setup move this turn, like Substitute or something, that would be a good turn to run it.
Well, I think that isn't Dane's Garchomp still under the influence of James's Intimidate from the Arcanine? I don't think he got a chance to recover from that.
I think it is then, yeah.
So any move from Dane's Garchomp may not be enough.
Yeah, I think with the combination of Tapu Lele and Garchomp, it'll be able to take this Arcanine. I just have to see, yeah, Garchomp does go for the protect this turn. And
Especially if that Tapu Lele uses Moonblast, which it does. But, it picked Arcanine as the target instead.
yeah, that's a good choice because it was pretty obvious that
Yep.
Garchomp would protect that turn.
And Earthquake will connect on all 3 Pokemon. That Arcanine is down, and that Tapu Lele has very, very little health left.
Yeah, but there's a small caveat to that. Garchomp isn't faster. Priority moves are blocked, so even if it had a priority move, it couldn't use it. And
That means that Tapu Lele is going to get the first punch there.
yeah, with that Moonblast.
Yeah, and James did try to go for that double protect, but that, Tapu Lele's Moonblast is going to connect, and that is it. Dane is going to take this, even with a critical hit.
Yeah. So Dane will be the winner of this set, 2-0.
We still have another match happening right now, but the winner of that set is going to determine who's going to play in the finals. But we already know that Dane is going to be one of those players.
Yes. So we will be back in a few minutes once the other top 4 set between Justin Krubal and John Hu finishes up. And